Okay, now let's create another object from our interface. Here we created an object here. Let's create another object. So const user 2. So let's rename this to user 1. Okay, user 2, same person. Let's copy paste this. And the name should be Alex, age 25, is employed, false, and the hobbies is sport and music only, and grid is same. So the console also is same, but for user 2. Okay, let's compile. But as you can see, if we try to create many objects in this way, we have to repeat the assignment of properties and the implementation of methods each time. So we need to always, in every object, we need to repeat implementation and the assignment of the properties. But the question is there an easier way? So we can do this in more easier way or not? Yes. The solution is we can use a class instead of using interface. So let's create our class. Class person. Remember, with interface, we can only define the shape of an object, the shape of its properties and methods. We cannot implement methods, or also we cannot assign or initialize properties in interface. But in class, we are going to use class. In class, we can do all of this. We can define properties, methods, and also we can initialize them, initialize the properties, and also we can implement the methods. So let's start in class defining the properties. So properties is the name will be a string. Okay. Then we have age will be number. Then we have is employed will be Boolean. Then hobbies will be string. Okay. this was similar to interface, but we need to initialize also these properties. In class, when we are going to initialize the properties, we need a special method, and that method called constructor. 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 So, what is constructor? This constructor takes values from where? From when we are going to create object. That time took the values and used them to initialize the properties of our object. Okay, so constructor will look like this. So the properties of constructor will be name, string, then age, number, then is employed, boolean, and the hobbies, string array. And inside the constructor, we will have like this. So this object, its property, name property, will be name parameter. Then the age property of object will be age parameter. Then the is employed will be is employed parameter, and the hobbies also will be hobbies. Okay, so after constructor, we will implement our method. This is our method. So this will be outside of constructor. So don't forget, we will put it here. Okay, let's comment out the previous part. After selecting, just press Ctrl slash. Okay, just keep it because we need to use their data. So let's create our objects. So our first object const user1 will be equal new person. This will be object from class person. Then const and also user2 will be new object from our class. And we see error. What's the error? It's expecting 4 arguments. Which 4 arguments? These 4 arguments. So we need to give or initialize values for this object. User1, the name will be Dennis. We will just follow this order. Dennis, then you see the first is name, the second will be age. Age was 30. Then is employed true. Then the hobbies This was the hobbies. Now, no error. The second object also will be Alex, age 25, is employed false. Yes, we remember. And hobbies was sport and music. Just copy paste. Okay, we created objects, user1 and user2. Let's console them. User1 create its method, then console log user2 create. Okay, let's repeat again, compile and run. Compile and run. See, same output. So this way is easier, right? We can create objects easily and we can initialize them in just one line. So this is easy way to create objects in TypeScript. We can easily initialize the properties and we can also implement the methods and we can create multiple objects faster. So remember this, for single objects, better to use interface because we don't need to create constructor, and for multiple objects and similar objects, better to use class. And this is ideal to make objects faster.